Hello. Happy Saturday. Welcome back to What She Said. It is the weekend, so we just chilling weekend vibes. There's some activity going on. Well, first I'm gonna put on some music. I gotta put some music on. How's everybody doing? I see a few of you back there. Hit the like button for me, please. And let's see what we got. So y'all know it's parade season in New Orleans. I was actually looking for a videographer in New Orleans, but I found one. And y'all know our phones are so nosy, our devices. I found one. And turns out I was already subscribed to him. His name is Marvin Price. He's not just a videographer, he's a content creator. And I just want to give him a shout out. Maybe one day we could work together. I really wanted somebody who was going to be at the Legacy Bowl to collaborate with to get some content. But I didn't get anybody. But now that I know who Marvin is, if he doesn't do the Legacy Bowl for content, maybe he could put me on to somebody else that does. I enjoyed the Legacy Bowl. I watched it. The SWAC owns whatever conference. Is it South Carolina State, North Carolina State in Coach Chennis Berry's Team Gaither beat Team Robinson. All I know is the coach for Team Gaither, which was confusing to me, but I know they wanted to honor people. The coach for Team Gaither was Coach T.C. Taylor, who inherited Jackson State as the head coach when Coach Prime left. Now, y'all know they went to the Celebration Bowl and won, a feat that our beloved Coach Prime had never done while he was at Jackson State. So not only has T.C. Taylor won the Celebration Bowl against Coach Chennis Berry's, he was actually the head coach with the Jackson State and Alabama State. They were head coaches. Sam Shade and Coach T.C. Taylor defeated Team Robinson. So all I know is Gaither was yellow and Robinson team was black. So I actually watched the Legacy Bowl. I enjoyed it. It was good. It was competitive. It came right down to the end. There was no overtime. But right when it got to like the last 60 seconds of the game, quarterback was doing so good. Kalen, I think his name is Kalen Ellis. I think this is his last name. He was giving me Jaden Daniels. He was giving Draylon Ellis. He won a championship. He played for Tennessee State. He was doing so well. But one thing I noticed, okay, Draylon Ellis played for Team Gaither, but Gaither was actually better on defense. And the quarterback for Team Robinson was Daniel Rich. He goes FAMU. He's good too. So, I don't know, what happened. There was an HBCU combine this week, but a lot of the players that are being looked at by the NFL, I noticed, are cornerbacks, linemen, might be one receiver in there, but mostly corners and linemen, tight end, that type of thing. So I wish all the guys good luck. Draylon Ellis and Daniel Rich, I thought were good quarterbacks. Draylon Ellis, in my opinion, go watch him play. Tennessee State University, go watch his highlights. He was giving Jaden Daniels. When he got into the game, you could see the offense coming together, and he was just commanding them down the field. It was just giving Jaden Daniels. So we'll know there's progress made within the NFL when they draft quarterbacks from HBCUs. It doesn't look like we're there yet. But this guy, Draylon Ellis, is good. So I don't know, what his career holds for him in the future. But if there are other leagues, if the NFL is not a possibility for whatever reason, I hope he continues to play. Go watch his highlights, Draylon Ellis. So the final score was 17-14. And like I said, Coach T.C. Taylor actually was like a co-head coach with Sam Shade from Alabama State. The SWAC owns whatever conference that Coach Chennis Berry's is the coach for. It was a good game. It really was. Alcorn State performed at halftime. And I knew Alcorn State was in town. They marched in a few parades in New Orleans because it is also parade season in New Orleans. In fact, Mardi Gras is approaching in about a week or so. So I saw Alcorn State in the parade. I saw them perform at halftime. They looked really good. I hope I can make the Legacy Bowl next year. It looked like it was really good. They had a week long full of festivities. And then the game was actually good today too. So shout out to the Legacy Bowl and everybody that put that together. some really good players, So we'll keep our eye open for the players from the HBCUs that are actually in, that likely will be drafted. I think it's about 10 notables. That's what I saw some. All right, let's see who's in the chat. Oh, 400 Media said, all love, out with the fam if I don't make it tonight. Okay, thanks for the message. See, that's how loyal our people are. Our supporters are. Hello, fam. Blessings to everyone. Checking in from Maryland. Okay, Carly. Thank you. All right, so I never put the music on. Let me do it now. All right, so I want to start with the Legacy Bowl, but before we go further, we're going to wait for a few more people to come. Then we have a game we're going to play. It's not our typical game night, but I do like to see who's paying attention. So we're going to have a game in a little bit. It's very short. It's a video, and you have to identify some things in this video. And I put the video together. So hang on tight for that. Let me finally get myself to this music. How's everybody's day? I felt like today was a cozy, quiet Sunday to stay inside. So I've been inside all day. I just didn't want to go out. Let me know how y'all are doing. Drop me an emoji in the chat if you're happy, if you geeked, if you just cooling, put the little sunglasses, you know. If y'all having fun, put the little emoji with the star eyes. If you with your boo or your babe, put the little emoji with the heart eyes. And if you're sad, let us know. We'll give you a virtual hug. We don't want you to be sad. Okay, so all right, here's my song. So I have to make y'all laugh. Okay, I'm a tech geek, and I love technology. So you know they have new apps, right, where you can make music. So I made some music for this podcast. I just had to try it. I said, okay, I make music anyway, but this was like an AI app that's supposed to generate a song in 2 to 3 minutes as long as I give it some keywords, right? So I said, okay, here are the keywords. The keywords are hit the like button. Don't be stingy with the like button. Join what she said, friends or family, subscribe, and welcome to what she said, and thanks for watching. So y'all, they put together 3 songs. One had a reggae beat. It was hilarious. I was like, okay. It was like a mix of a reggae song and a New Orleans second line song. I was like, okay. So that was one. And then there was a rock song, like Bon Jovi type, rock, heavy metal. I was like, nah, that don't work. But then the third one they put together, I said, okay, because you get to pick your genre. I said, because first I picked hip hop, and they didn't seem to get it. And then I picked rap, and they didn't seem to get it. I said, okay, let me combine them. So I picked hip hop and rap as the genre. I picked, I wanted like a studio sound, because you could do like, if you want a concert audience or a studio sound. So I did like a studio sound. So y'all, they gave me this hip hop track with this dude rapping on it. And it was good. Let me see if I can let y'all hear it. I own the song, so I can play it. I own the song now. I downloaded it. So y'all let me know what y'all think. It is hilarious. I said I was going to play it. Let me see if I can get it up. Hold on 1 second. I was here dying laughing. I said, you know, I am somebody that will try a new app just to see if it really does what it says it's going to do. Then try to figure out how they do it. All right, let's see if I can find it. So up deck, we're talking about Shilo today. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to just let it upload, and then I'm going to play it. All right. So let's play this game. Oh, let me see who's in the chat. Let's play this game, and then we're going to come back to the video. Let's see. It said, hey, Kiel, thank goodness it's Saturday. I know, right? I know. That's really how I feel. And I really was like, I think it's Sunday. Well, it feels like a Sunday to me because, you know, on Sundays, I just like to chill. I don't like to do too much. And I was like, you know, I was supposed to go out today. I was like, I just don't want to. I just want to stay inside. You know, I watched some of my little detective shows. I watched a little bit of the one of the shows that I told y'all about. And then I was just watching other video. And that's how I found the videographer. So we're going to look at this content. I put this content together while I was looking for someone in New Orleans. So I just want to shout out Marvin Price. If you ever see this video, I'm probably going to tag him on Instagram and let him know, you know, we might get to collab. I know next year, I definitely if I cannot be at the HBCU Legacy Bowl, I definitely want to connect with a content creator in New Orleans. So Oh, y'all, and I finally found a full-length video of, remember last week, All-Star Weekend, I kept looking for the HBCU Classic by the NBA. It was Tuskegee and Morehouse. I finally found the full video. It's on YouTube. It's like an hour and some minute long or whatever. It's really good. It said, I missed the game and I went to a SWAC college, but HBCU colleges just don't advertise their game enough. I'll see if I can watch it later on YouTube. But you know what though? If you're talking about the Legacy Bowl, I have to say they did a good job. They did such a good job. I followed the HBCU Legacy page. They were just pumping out information. I was like, okay, this is good. And it looked really good. So that got me interested in following the game, figuring out what time it came on. I went to my YouTube app. I have YouTube TV. So I was like, well, send me a mobile reminder. And I was like, you know what? Just put it in my library. So I went back at 4:00 and looked for it and watched it. It's actually really good. Great production. They played at Tulane. If you're from New Orleans, they played at Tulane University. So it was really good. So yeah, I'm just waiting to I'm assuming it's gonna be there next year. I don't know if most people know that the Legacy Bowl is actually new. It's new. And like I said, there's like at least 10 players listed that the NFL could be looking at. Now last year they didn't draft anybody, and that's just not right, because they have talent as well. So I'm hoping this year we get that right. Hey, Regina. Okay, so who's in here? It's 8 of us. All right, I need 2 more people, and we're gonna play this game. I waited to upload a video. But let's talk about Shilo first. Okay, so I don't know if y'all know, but y'all know Shilo did not get an invite to the combine, right? So with that being said, people were teasing him in his comments talking about, oh, I guess you better pick up a camera like your brother Bucky, right? And for people who don't know, Shilo said, while y'all playing, Bucky, the money he made, if you knew how much money Bucky made, you wouldn't be saying that. He said, Bucky, the money Bucky makes from YouTube is likely more than my rookie contract will be anyway. I said, oh, and I'm in the comments. I'm like, nah, that's facts. Because Shannon Sharp said he made more from YouTube than he ever made in one NFL season. And when he said that, it was after that Cat Williams video. He made more from that Cat Williams video than he made in one NFL season. Let that sink in. If you can go Google how much Shannon made year over year in the NFL, and he made more from YouTube. So Shilo went and bought him a camera. So that's when he was making a video and talking about it. And I say, it's crazy how people think Bucky don't make a lot of money. I mean, it's reported. They say it's public knowledge. I don't know how it would be, but it's somewhere upwards of $32,000 a month. I'm like, yeah, I don't know if Shilo gonna be making that kind of money in the NFL. He might want to pick up that camera. And a lot of people in the comments were like, hell, I'm gonna go get me a camera too. I'm like, yeah, while y'all playing, Bucky be making that money. Darius too. But Bucky's page is bigger in my opinion, but Darius is actually on more outlets. Darius is on, I want to be like Darius when I grow up on a podcast wise. Darius is on like all of these platforms where you can listen to podcasts. So he's on that, YouTube, this, that, and the other, Spotify. So, he gets maybe 50, 60,000 hits maybe in a couple of days. I mean, he's good too. But Bucky is instant. 120,000 here, 120,000 there. And if you go back and look at his older videos, one video was sitting at 1 million, and I didn't look at all of them. I do study these different pages because I want to be like them when I grow up too. So why not learn from the best? So when somebody was laughing and saying, yes, you better pick up your camera like your brother, they clearly didn't know what they were saying. So yeah, Shilo was like, y'all wouldn't be saying that if you knew how much Bucky made from YouTube. Bucky the one bringing in the money right now till Shador get drafted. So, I think that is hilarious. Yeah, Shannon got that bread from just from that one video, which by the way was like at 88 million not too long ago. Who knows what it's at now? Somebody want to check it and see where the Cat Williams video is. And I thought Shannon said he had another Cat Williams video coming out, but maybe it's tied into, I was driving down Howard Mill in Atlanta, if you know what that is. It's a street that takes you like from Mercedes-Benz to a freeway. So it's high traffic. And they had a billboard up. It said, coming soon, Catlanta. So he's coming to Atlanta. I said, oh, he's going back on tour. He was just on tour last year. But, you know, he bought acreage, an old military base in Alabama. So Cat Williams is doing the Tyler Perry move, but he's doing it down in Alabama. He bought, I forgot what it's called, Fort something down there. He bought that base, and he's turned it into a movie production studio, just like Tyler Perry has in Atlanta. So he's back on tour. Remember, Cat is independent. He's not signed. It's not like Netflix is sending him on tour. So he's making that bread too. So he's coming back on tour again, Catlanta. I'm sure I'm going to go see it because I actually did go see Cat and when he was in Huntsville, Alabama. I think, because my dad used to play golf as a kid, and we used to always go to golf tournaments in Alabama, Florida, Pensacola. I've been to Pensacola so many times. That was the first place I ever saw a snake. It was black. I've been everywhere, it seemed like in the South for sure. And but I feel like that was the first time I had been to Huntsville, Alabama. When he was there, I ended up driving through the mountains. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, I would never in my life not pay attention to the elevation once you get the, like, you know, Apple Maps. Oh, y'all, I'm telling you, I was stuck in between two mountains. I wanted to go back. It was snow. It was freezing. I didn't know, unbeknownst to me, I was in a mountain. I didn't realize it until I was just going up. I said, wait a minute. And then the next thing you know, when I started to come down, I could just see the city with just lights. Like I was landing on an airplane. And I was like, oh my God. And these roads are narrow, but they have houses, like, you know, ever so often. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm in a mountain. And I really didn't know. So finally, I got through that mountain. And then it was like, you got one more mountain. And it was like, one was 6,000 elevation. I swear one was like 8,000 elevation. I was like, I don't know if I could do this. And it was like, well, you could go back through that mountain or you could go over this mountain. I was like, oh my God. So I pulled over to the side of the road. I had to let all these people pass me because I was going slow. I was scared to death. And I was like, okay, I really don't want to do this, but I'm stuck. I'm stuck. And the later it got, my car kept saying, like the road is frozen, so you need to go slow. I was like, oh God, I got to get out of here. So finally I make it up this mountain. I make it down the mountain. Then probably another 30 minutes to an hour, I hit Huntsville, Alabama. All the bridges are frozen over. My car is like, it's frozen. You need to pull over. I was like, okay, this is crazy. Finally get to Huntsville. Ice everywhere. But people showed up. And Cat said when the show started, he said, I can't believe y'all came because I wasn't going to come. He said, I thank y'all for coming because I was like, I think I'm going to cancel this show. He was like, nah, I'm already here now. So it was ice. The lakes were frozen. It was ice everywhere. But the next morning, the sun came out. The ice started to melt. And of course, I did not go back across two mountains. I figured out it was a freeway. The whole time, it was a freaking freeway, right? Like a couple of miles from the mountains, it seemed. And I just took the freeway back. When I tell y'all, that was the scariest adventure of my actual life. I was like, I had no idea I was in the mountains. And to get down, it was a winding road. And I told you these roads are narrow. I'm like, oh my God. It was crazy. So if you ever had the experience with driving through the mountains, unbeknownst to you, you let me know how you feel because that was crazy. It said they hate on the entire Sanders family. Yeah, facts. Yeah, because they hating on Shilo hard right now. It said they say Williams is broke. He letting folks know. Who is Williams? Who is Williams, Regina? It said haters need to leave Shilo alone because he will be playing on Sunday. Yeah, it was even I guess an announcer. I don't know who I was watching something. He's like, yeah, Shilo. Of course, we know Shador get drafted. He said Shiloh's like to get drafted, like what they say, like the second day. Some people say he might be an undrafted free agent. I'm like, Shiloh's get drafted. It's gonna be a lot of people surprised on draft day, just like James said. So you know, they just hating. Shilo will be in the NFL. He's very good at his position. Big respect to Shilo. Headache Game CEO. I will be leaving in about another 15 minutes. Okay, Crowley, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Thank you for hanging out with us today. I appreciate that. But yeah, so Shilo, you know, he just laughs stuff off. But to me, I swear he got to laugh the Joker sometime. But he doesn't seem to be letting it get to him. But it's crazy how people come at him. So one of the other topics I wanted to talk about, I'm gonna save it for after this video. So I actually have this video that I'm going to put up. I must have deleted it by accident. Let's see if I can find it. Here it is. Okay, so we get ready to play a game. It's called What Yard Is It? Okay, so all right, so the game is What Yard Is It? All right, so these are D9 Greeks. Okay, you likely will recognize all of the fraternities, all of the sororities. But I was thinking to myself, oh, you talking about Cat Williams. Okay, all right, yeah. No, Cat Williams is not broke. Thank you for that, Regina. But yeah, no, he not. So to me, I said, okay, they're going to recognize who the Greeks are. That's not the surprise. The game is called What Yard Is This? Y'all know what yard means. If you went to HBCU or you know somebody that did, or you understand the culture, you know that the yard is what we call our college campuses. That's what we call our campuses. So it doesn't matter whose yard it is, because it could be a PWI. As long as we there, it's still the yard. I know this firsthand. So the game is called What Yard Is This? So I want y'all to tell me what university you think this is. I'm gonna give you a hint. It's not up north. All right. And if you still can't guess, I got another hint for you. All right. All right. Drop in the comments if you think you know what yard this is. That's the cues. I don't think anybody is like giving out the secret. I'm checking to see if y'all can figure it out. All right. Anybody know yet what yard this is? Can anybody guess what university this is? I'm waiting for y'all to post it in the comments. I'll wait for y'all to post it. All right. Crowley said Hampton University. Okay. Crowley said Hampton University. Okay. Anybody else? Lane College. Regina said Lane College, and 22 said Alcorn State. All right, let me make this a little bit harder. It's not an HBCU. This is not an HBCU. I know you probably like, wow, yeah, this is not an HBCU. So it's not up north, which means if it's not up north, it must be down south. It's not an HBCU. Can anybody guess what yard this is? Not up north, not an HBCU. Any other guesses? The same people that guessed before, Crowley, Regina, and 22. Y'all can take another guess at it. If y'all sitting back there in the background, y'all can drop a comment. Anybody had any thoughts? Not up north. What university? Not up north. This is not an HBCU. Has this much Greek, D9 Greek life. I was surprised to see it. All right, who else? Tennessee State. No, Tennessee State is an HBCU. So that don't count, 22. You got it's not an HBCU. This is what y'all will refer to as a PWI. This is what you would call a PWI. Regina, any thoughts? University? All right, North Carolina University. Crowley, okay, that's a good one. But no, that's not it. That's a good one, though. That's a good one. Come on, 22. I know you got it in you. I know you know. You could guess at it. Here's another hint. Okay. Kiel, you back there? All right. Here's another hint. All right. It's not up north. It's not an HBCU. And it is west of the Mississippi River. So I just gave you a geographical area. Not up north. First, not an HBCU. It's not up north, and it's west of the Mississippi River. Come on, y'all. Y'all gotta guess again. Crowley said you finna get out of here, but you gotta guess one more time. 13 of y'all in here. Please make sure there's 13 likes. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Good night, family. Good night, Crowley. Okay, Crowley, we're going to let you make it then since you got to run. All right. Regina, 22, Kiel, any thoughts? Crowley tapped out on y'all. She to go. 400 said he couldn't be here tonight, so he can't help y'all out. South Carolina State, west of the Mississippi. West of the Mississippi. So the Mississippi River, east, we're east. Atlanta's east. South Carolina's east. West of the Mississippi. States of Louisiana, Colorado, California, New Mexico, well, that's not a state, that's a country. New Mexico, Arizona. Kiel. Okay, Kiel. Kiel said it's Alabama, University of Alabama. It could be, but it's not. It's close though. It's close. All right, I'm gonna give y'all 60 more seconds. Let me turn on my timer. Y'all got 60 more seconds to guess. All right, let's see. I gotta turn on my timer first. So 60 minutes from when I turn on my timer. Let's see. Set timer for 60 seconds. All right, y'all got 60 seconds. LSU. Yes, Jackie, that's it. It's LSU. How did you know? Kiel, you was close. Louisiana is not too far from Alabama, so you close. That's it. Jackie guessed the LSU. How did you know it was the LSU, Jackie? And welcome. How did you know this was LSU? This is LSU. So, apparently, Marvin Price, that content creator, I told y'all I was looking for somebody in Louisiana, right? So I guess I already followed him. So he actually documents Southern University Greeks, LSU Greeks, and this one was like they Wild Wednesday. So they must do this all the time. And somebody in the comments was like, this is cool for LSU, but we want to see Southern pretty girls or something like that. So I guess Southern got they stuff out there too. And so shout out to Marvin Price. I just remixed it. I don't take stuff and copy and paste. But I wanted to play that game. What yard is it? Because when I saw it, and it was like, it was LSU, I was like, what? Because I grew up in Louisiana. And I'm like, what? I just didn't expect this to be LSU though. But it's LSU. West of the Mississippi is not an HBCU. Right. Well, Charles Drew, they said Charles Drew is in California, and that's supposed to be an HBCU. But technically, you're right. Texas is the furthest. So y'all better get your HBCU knowledge up, because I do have some questions about that too. But this LSU. Jackie won. This is LSU. West of the Mississippi, there is no HBCU. Texas is the furthest. Shout out to Jackie. Okay. All right. So that was actually really good. Okay. I ain't think y'all was gonna get it. Jackie, how did you know? Oh, she said because there's no HBCU West of Mississippi. Good job. All right, Kiel said Kansas to UCLA. Okay, this was good. This was really good. Jackie, if you email me, I got something for you. The email address is in the bio, and I'm gonna have to know it's you, or you can hit me up on IG at what she said. All right, y'all. That was awesome. Okay. All right. Let me see if this video uploaded. Let me see. Hold on 1 second. Give me a second while I check for this actual video to see. Oh, it looked like it may have. Let me go by date. 1 second. I don't see it. All right. So anyway, I don't see it. I guess I'm gonna have to just let it go. Hold on. What it look like? Oh, I think I see it. Hold on 1 second. All right. I'm gonna play it so y'all can hear it because it's funny. Oh, here it is right here. Oh, Shilo. Okay, I see it. All right. I think I see it. Give me 1 second to find it because it's funny. All All right, I don't see it. I don't see it, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Not going to worry about it. Okay, so the next topic that I wanted to discuss, since we had fun with that, that was actually fun. That was actually fun. Was I'll just let the video play one more time. All right, so here's the next topic. Do NFL rookies need agents? The answer is no, they do not. And it seems like this is starting to spread to the NBA in terms of when they do max contracts. People said Shai Alexander is due for $298 million max contract. And he decided to part ways with his agent. Why? Because he knows that basically you're not going to negotiate $298 million. That's what it is. That's how much the max contract offer is. So really, outside of reading legal ease, that's probably the same every max contract over max contract. There's no need for an agent. So when it comes to the NFL, it was pointed out that Shador and Shilo don't have agents. Now, remember we talked about this when Travis signed with Lil Wayne's agency, Young Money. And Kiel told us the way it works. He educated us and said that rookie contracts are prefab. It's a scale. 10 million first round, 8 to 9 second round, and it decreases as the rounds move on. So if that's the case, that means that technically Travis's prefab contract is no different from Shador's because they both technically are in the first round, right? So the money's probably going to be pretty much the same, etc. And this was voted on by the NFL Players Association, which a lot of people found shocking that the players themselves would want to limit rookie contracts. If anybody has any insight as to why the players were cool with this, I don't know, let me know. But apparently this is going to be the case from now until 2030. So from now until 2030, if you are not hiring a brand manager or a brand agency, that's not an agent. That is a brand manager or an agency that focuses strictly on your brand. So that's exactly what Jimmy Horn Jr. did. When Jimmy Horn Jr. announced he signed with an agency, it wasn't a representation agency. He's not up for an NFL contract extension like Lamar Jackson was. And Lamar Jackson's mom helped him get that contract. But see, his mom is an agent. So here's the thing, it's not rocket science. And it's not a mystery. So if you're an NFL person that's going into the draft, you could save that 3 or 4% because your contract in the first round is the same as anybody else's. Second round, also the same. Third round, fourth, whatever, it's all the same. You just looking to see how much money it is. And if you got a 4.0, you can read what it says. If you got a 2.0, you can read what it says. So gone are the days that a rookie needs to go to the NFL and get an agent. You wasting your money. You letting somebody collect a check off of you. So I'm not surprised that Shilo and Shador, they don't have agents. They likely won't have agents. They will only have what they already have. And that's Smack Entertainment, SMAC. That is Coach Prime's business partner. That's also the same person who represents Travis Hunter. So, Travis really and truly has what he needs. The person that helped him get the Adidas deal, Smack Entertainment, to actually pay an agency when your contract is the same as anybody else's is you just gifting somebody 3% for doing absolutely nothing because there's nothing to do. There's nothing to negotiate. And this is how you know that certain people aren't paying attention to what's going on in the business that they're getting ready to enter. Because I bet right now, these guys talk amongst themselves, right? And like I saw Jimmy Horn Jr., he announced he was signing with an agency that does branding only. Other people might be doing the same. You don't think they talk to each other? So that's how you know that Travis doesn't really have an understanding of how the NFL works, because he went and announced that he has an agent and he don't need an agent. And this is how I know he need to get Coach Prime back in his life, because you supposed to be their brother. Why would you have an agent and they wouldn't? So that means 1, he doesn't know how the NFL works. 2, he's not listening to his actual mentor. He's parted ways with his actual person who can guide him through life. So best of luck to him. But for any NFL rookies out there, you do not need an agent. If you don't believe me, just go Google it. It's out there. There's multiple conversations on the topic that go into telling you why. Because the players themselves voted to institute this scale. And, unbeknownst to me, why you want to limit yourself, but, I don't know. But the point is, that's the way it is. So you don't need an agent. You just going to get handed this contract. This is what it's going to be. And that's it. There's nothing to negotiate. Absolutely nothing at all. It said just the lawyer and an accountant, that it gives them their 5% and keep the rest. I mean, honestly, I don't even know why you might need an accountant. I don't doubt that at all. If you can't read or you don't, I think you could use a lawyer. But to me, if it's a prefab contract, everybody in the first round got the same contract. If there's no particulars in there, like incentives and stuff like that, and shit, if it is, it can't be that much. So I just read the latest collective bargaining agreement from the NFL, and I understand that they will both split. The players were kind of split on it. Like Russell Wilson and JJ Watt, they didn't really like it, but then some other guys thought it was good. It talked about how the players who already retired get better benefits. Players who are on a practice squad now make $10,500 more. So if I can read that and understand it, so can you. So things have changed. And I've heard people say, yeah, don't get yourself scammed if you're a rookie by running out here getting an agent that has no ability to negotiate anything for you because it's a prefab contract. So, hopefully somebody hears this and listens to it. It don't matter who it is. You're like, oh, I didn't know that. And that means that you're not talking to people or you're not listening to people. But to me, every rookie that went the year before you should be able to school you on that. And then you have guys that are going into the league that actually have good guidance, like Shilo and Shador. And then for the guys coming out of Colorado and the other schools after this year, y'all need to be paying attention. Because this is where people start coming to the next class saying, hey, I can represent you. For what? You don't need anybody to represent you for your salary negotiation because you're not negotiating your NFL salary as a rookie. Now, when your rookie contract expires and it's up for renewal, that's when you need an agent. And it's also a well-known fact that it's at that time you need an agent that's experienced, somebody that has connections, that can get next to people and find out, well, what is so-and-so making? Why? So I can know how much to ask for you. You can't just get anybody out here. And that's the scam that seems to be happening. And when these guys go broke, then they want that 3% back or that 5% back. You should have never paid it in the first place. And that's for the guys that's going in the league. Take that 5% that you would have paid an agent and just put it away and don't touch it. That's the advice. And if you don't understand how this works, this is the perfect time to start reading. Because it's not rocket science. So Shilo and Shador not having an agent, to me, it's not trend setting. It makes sense. They have somebody to guide them. Coach probably told Shador, I'm going to read your NFL contract because he want to read it. You should read it. I didn't say just sign on a dotted line, but you're not negotiating anything. So to me, if I went to Colorado, I'm going to let Coach Prime look at my rookie contract too, just to make sure it's the same as Shador's if I'm going in the first round, or if Shador's going first and I'm going second or third, hey, read mine too. My point is, but you should read it yourself. You do not need an agent for any contract salary negotiation when you are an NFL rookie. That's for extensions. Things have changed. You got to Google it. This was voted on by the players. And if you know Shilo and Shador, follow their lead. And ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions, but don't be out here letting people steer you the wrong way because they want to do favors for other people. That don't benefit you. So that's that. So it says quarterbacks that got drafted, forgot his name, by the Rams. He got $100 million and he only played in the league for about 8 years. And that's what the collective bargaining was up. The veterans, no more of that. Okay. I mean, that makes sense though. That makes sense to me. You got to protect yourself. You can't just be letting, people get anything out here. It said the last quarterback they got that money, his name was Sam Bradford. It was $100 million. That was 2018, and that was the last rookie to get that kind of money. What is Michael Penix Jr. contract? Isn't it $100 million? But how many years was it for? I don't know. I gotta go read his contract. It said great information. Thank you, Regina. I mean, yeah, now that we're getting closer and closer to the draft, people are talking about this, and they're tying it into the conversation about athletes going broke. Because I think people don't realize how quickly an athlete can go broke. Because even if your contract is $40 million for 4 years, which is $10 million a year, 5 of that goes where? Uncle Sam. And I'm not talking about Sam Jackson. I'm talking about, you got to pay that. And it hurts you to pay that, but that's why you have to start making charitable deductions. I hate, if somebody want money from me, like organizations, that's why I pick, I'm like, yeah, you got to get tax write-offs out here, or you just going to be bled dry, So get your mama favorite charity or her church or something, that means something near and dear to her, or get the foundation together, start giving back, because, you need that. So yeah, you need an accountant, surely. Get a recommendation, obviously. You need somebody to do your branding. And here's a tip. If they don't have any brand deals, they can't help you get none. Okay? So if get somebody, not Snoop, but get somebody who's on that level, meaning they have connections, they have brand deals. A person can't talk to you about brand deals if they don't have brand deals. And what people are saying now, talking about how athletes go broke, how they get scammed into people telling them that they need an agent, when in fact it's been, what did you say, since 2018, 2019, and they haven't had one. It's 2025. And I bet there are guys in the league that don't even know that they didn't need that. So now educate yourself. Thank you, Regina. Thank you. Great information. It said, yeah, that's crazy. So, I wondered why they changed it, but hey, I wasn't there. I don't know. But just the short amount that I read, which is the synopsis of the collective bargaining agreement, how performance incentives go up, and how, the salary revenue cap or whatever goes up year over year. I read all of that in 5 minutes. So you can read your contract. And if you're not comfortable, then you could hire a lawyer for $250 an hour. You don't need a lawyer for $1,000 an hour to read your contract. You can get somebody for $250 an hour, and probably can find them online. And actually, NFL contracts, I think if you Google one, is online. You can get that one and start reading right now. And you can get you a marker and highlight the sections that you have questions about, and go back and ask those questions. $250. So there you go, $250. That's it. Save that money for a rainy day. Save that 3%, 4%, or 5%, and don't let nobody play you, no matter how close they are to you. And if somebody that you're close to told you need an agent, this is where you learn that either they're playing you or they don't know no better themselves. So you need to think for yourself. That's how you go broke if you don't. So that was that. That was that. So, all right. I can't find a song. I'm going to have to find it on another video. I guess on the next one. It was hilarious. I used an app to make an AI song, which I said, oh, let me try a jingle for, right? So, if I could find it, I'll do it, but I can't find it. So, and, but a lot of people, now, if you hard-headed, you might be around Shadur and Travis and know that they don't have an agent and think you know best. If that's the case, nobody can help you, to be honest. And you just a walking lick, because that's what you're going to be, a walking lick. And if you don't believe that NFL players go broke, just Google it. It's out there. I read about one guy. I don't know who this was, but y'all probably do. There was this football player. I watched this documentary on YouTube. This guy was at one team. I feel like he was at Pittsburgh. I don't know. And he was at one team, and it was time for him to renegotiate his contract. And somebody and himself decided that what they were offering him wasn't enough. So he went to another team, and the team he went to, the way the situation worked out in the long run, he was better off at the first team. Those are the kind of shenanigans that take place. I will look that person up. I will find out who that is, and we're going to come back and we're going to talk about that story. And we might talk about how athletes go broke story, just so people can start to understand it's not that difficult to think for yourself and take the time, just 5 minutes to read. And if you don't want to take the 5 minutes, hire a lawyer to explain it to you, and they only need an hour, because you're not reading the encyclopedia here. So some people think, oh, that's not enough money, let me hop and go to this team, but then they end up losing in the long run. So hey, Herman, welcome. We just talking about how since look like 2018, 2019, we'll say 2019, it's been a few years since the NFL rules changed because players voted for this pay scale, or somebody did, that NFL rookie contracts are prefab. If you're the first round, y'all all pretty much got the same thing. Second round, so forth. So we're just talking about how people are noting that Shilo and Shedeur do not have agents. And we're talking about why they don't. Because for one, they got the best mentor out there, their father, who's going to guide them. And two, the contracts are prefab, so they each get to keep that percentage they would have paid to someone else. And I'm saying people around them in their orbit, Cam Ward, Jimmy Horn Jr., he already followed suit, in my opinion. Jimmy didn't announce he had representation for contract negotiations or a lawyer. He hired a brand agency. So I'm saying the guys in the current class need to follow suit from Shedeur and learn from Shedeur and Shilo, and not just the fact that Coach Prime is their dad, but the way things have changed. You don't need an agent, so that's what we're talking about. And the conversation came up again today about Shedeur and how Coach Prime is instrumental in his life. I'm like, that's what he's supposed to do. Nobody complained when Joe Burrow's dad was instrumental in his life. And that's the very thing Coach Prime was talking about when he was in New Orleans. He said, I don't hear anybody saying anything, about, you think Mr. Archie Manning, wasn't guiding all three of his sons? You think that the Mannings aren't guiding Arch Manning? On maybe he chose where he wanted to go to school, but you don't think they're going to guide him on NIL and in the NFL? Come on now. That's what you're supposed to do. So, that's what Coach Prime and LeVar Ball and LeBron James have done. And, other people have as well. They just probably try to stay in the back. But these guys are really huge and instrumental. They're like mega stars. And then they're instrumental in their sons' lives, but they get flack for it. So, we just dismiss that anyway. But we just giving out information. If you don't believe it, just Google it. Because I'm not going to talk about anything that's not already out there. Basically. So you see the jingle I had made up, I wish I could play it, because that's exactly what I was saying. Let me see if I can find it one more time. And we played a game. Jackie won. Let's see. See if I can find it. We just chilling. This a Saturday. Let's see. Man, I don't know. I wish I could find it. It was cute. Watch, I find it later. I think I know what to do. So I can't find it, but it was funny. It was cute. It's basically about what I just said for the most part. So do y'all have any questions? Y'all want to do a Q&A, anything? It's Saturday night. I'm trying to see if I can find that video. It should be out there. But anyway, hey Lisa, welcome. We're doing good. So Lisa came back, y'all. Welcome, Lisa. I'm trying to see if I can get this video to upload right fast. We played a game. What yard is this? Jackie was the one who actually guessed it. All right, it's almost uploaded. It's almost uploaded. I think sometimes when I lay my phone flat, it's like you're not there. Yes, ma'am. We glad to have you back with us. We just chilling. It's the weekend. I watched the Legacy Bowl. That was good. I hope I can see it next year. I finally found the NBA HBCU Classic with Tuskegee and Morehouse. And it was funny. The announcers was like, man, the crowd is really into it. It's like they singing. I'm like, it sounds like an Atlanta basketball game. It really does. Because when you go to an Atlanta game, they're going to be swag surfing. And all right, I think it's finally uploaded. So now I can find it. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it. All right. We just hanging out. I don't think that's it. What was the date on this? I don't think that's it, but we're going to see. No, that's not it. Let me look at this. That might actually be it. I got to see. Oh, that is it. Okay. All right. That is it. Okay. I had to make sure. Let's see. Okay. All right. Let's see.
Yeah. Welcome, fam.
Okay. First of all, let me tell you what you listened to. So I told 15 people in here, hit the like button for me. Hit the like button. That's exactly what the song is about. So what you're looking at is just a compilation of my thumbnails. I just had to put some video to the song. So earlier today, I said I'm a techie. I found an app that lets me make a song with lyrics that I come up with, and I just send it to AI, and it produces it in 2 to 3 minutes. I own this song. So this is hilarious. All right, so I want y'all to listen to it. Now listen to the words. I'm play it more than once so you can hear it. But and it was like 1 minute and 50 seconds, but I shortened the song to take the best parts of it that I wanted. All right, y'all ready? All right, let me know what y'all think of it. Thumbs up or thumbs down if y'all don't like it. All right.
Yeah, welcome, fam. It's a vibe. Break it down. Talking sports, hard and hustle. Wear the crown, subscribe to the journey. Don't sleep on the grind. Hit the like button. Come on, don't be blind. Welcome aboard. Let's make it loud. What she say? Rip her out of the crowd.
All right, so what y'all think? How do I like to be addressed? Let's see. It said, was that Antonio Brown because he's broke right now? No, but I didn't know he was broke. What? Kiel, you kidding me? What? How do I like to be addressed? People just call me what she said a WSS. That's it. Regina say she liked the song. Yay! Lisa said, what's the topic for today? I heard that Shilo and Shilo don't have an agent. That's what we were talking about. Regina say she loved the song. Lisa say it's nice. Awesome. Okay, y'all have to let me know. Thumbs up if y'all like the song. So this is a song that within 4 minutes, I came up with basically everything I say every day. Every day, what do I say? Hit the like button. Don't be stingy with the like button. Subscribe, join the family, subscribe to what she said, welcome to what she said. So I took all of that and put it into I guess into an app, and it just created a song. So that's our theme song. If y'all like it, cool. Jackie says she like it. Yay! That's gonna be our new theme song. So I have to figure out if I'm gonna play it. Normally when the video start, it's like 3 minutes long, and I give y'all like 3 minutes to get the notification and then show up. So I might put it on there or somewhere. I'm gonna work it out though. I'm gonna work it out. But I'm glad y'all like it. So that's cute. So yeah, if y'all need a song, it's apps out there. It's apps out there. You know what I mean? I was like, do I have to pay somebody for this? And it was like, and when you say things, when you start Googling things on your phone, they pop up as ads. And that's exactly what happened. first I was looking for a videographer in New Orleans, and I think that's how I ran into Marvin Price on YouTube. Then I said, I was talking. I didn't even type this in. I said, I want to see if I can get somebody to make me a song that I could just kind of like talk about hitting the like button and subscribing, you know, and this app popped up. And I was like, let me try this out. And it worked. It worked. But I had to do some tweaking because when that was the third song. The first song was rock. I think it was reggae. It was like reggae in New Orleans mixed. I was like, I'm from New Orleans, but I don't know. I kind of like it, but it was just kind of too laid back. And then the second song was like straight heavy metal. And the third song, I said, let me put in rap and hip hop and combine them with a studio track. So that's what that was. So that's my new song, y'all. All right. Colorado lost another coach, a running back coach, Thomas Robinson. What? But Colorado has Marshall Faulk. Who is Thomas Robinson? I don't even know who that is. Okay, thank you for that, 22. I didn't hear about that. So, Lisa, yeah, one of the topics with today was about NFL rookies don't need agents. And it's true, Shilo and Shador don't have agents. And I said that people in their orbit, be it Cam Ward or the guys coming in the next class, Caden Salter, DJ McKinney, I think is next year. And then the guys around them this year, like LaJonte, I think Jimmy Horn Jr. has already followed suit. Travis, they need to learn from, you have Coach Prime right there. And if, Shador and Shilo don't have agents, if you don't want to do what they do, then at least ask Google, does an NFL rookie need an agent? No. Only for brand management. And Travis already has that because he's with Smack. And that's the contract. I say, watch, as soon as that contract expired, they're going to try to get him somewhere else. But that's really where he should be. And I think his relationship with Smack will actually be his saving grace in the long run. We talk about how NFL players go broke. And if you really don't know, if somebody can convince you to hire an agent and pay 1, 2, 3, or 4% or any percent, then that means somebody gonna con you out of your money because you don't need an agent. And it's a lot of people out here starting to realize that this has been the case for quite a few years. So I'm glad y'all like the song. So it's open for Q&A at this point. That's everything I wanted to talk about. We're an hour in. Anybody have plans for tonight? Or y'all kind of like, have you already done everything you need to do for the day or anything you wanted to do? Thank you, Kiel. But I didn't know Colorado didn't have another coach. Let me see if I can look into that really quickly. And I don't know. I thought the only running back coach Colorado had. Let me see. I thought the only coach they had was Coach Hart. Marshall Faulk is the running back coach for the Buffaloes, while Carlos Lachlan is the running back coach for Ohio State. I don't know why that's in there, but okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see that yet. I don't know. I don't see that one, 22, but thank you for that insight. I appreciate that. Oh, Lisa, we were also talking about how people think Shiloh's not getting drafted because he didn't get invited to the combine. And we don't believe that to be the case. We just believe that Colorado was only going to be allowed so many invites. We call that football politics. So, yeah. So, yeah, I'm trying to see if I see anything like that, but I don't see anything like that. But the people telling Shilo to pick up the camera like Bucky really didn't understand how much money Bucky made. Did anybody see was it Shador and Cam Ward's, I guess, most recent workout? And this is a good topic. I thought about this earlier. So I was watching Mace. Come Talk to Me. Cam and Mace. I watched them every now and then. And somehow they popped up because I didn't know Mace had gone out to Las Vegas and he was at the Vegas workout with Cam and Shador, and he was talking about how, they were, going back and forth, having playful banter. But they got on the subject. I guess they asked the question to their audience. Who do you think would be the better quarterback, right? And for the most part, Cam said they equally good. They just have differences, but for the most part, they just pretty much the same quarterback. And Mace's take was different. He looked at it a little differently. Mace said, who has the better last name? In other words, when it comes to the NFL, is it Sanders or Ward? So fans were actually thinking, oh, that's kind of true because Barry Sanders is good. But then they remembered Charlie Ward. People like, well, he ended up playing basketball. And then there was a Ward that played for the Colts. People said he was really good. I forgot his name. But if anybody know history of the Indiana Colts, the Indianapolis Colts, it was somebody last name Ward. He was really good. And I said, that was an interesting, unique take on it. The fact that the legacy of the names, because, they talk about Coach Prime's pedigree is pretty strong, and, in the NFL. And I think that's what Mace said. I think it's going to be the Sanders. He said, because all of them do well. All of the Sanders in the NFL have done well. And I was sort of thinking to myself, okay, I don't really know a whole lot of Sanders in the NFL, but I kind of can see where he's going with this, right? Because at the end of the day, Barry Sanders was a legend. Coach Prime, a legend. I know it's some other Sanders out there because I saw somebody recently whose last name is Sanders. But I kind of understood where he was going with that. He's talking about legacy, like the Mannings, etc. But then he said, this is how you say who's going to be the best player. He said, you can't say it right now outside of the last name. And this is what he said, and it makes sense. He said, whoever goes to Vegas is going to be good. Whoever goes to the Giants is not. What do y'all think about that? I say, you know what? See, it comes down to the organization that you go to. I say, you know what? That's facts. So basically what he's saying, it don't matter how good they are. It matters what organization they go to. He said, so I thought about it. I said, so he's saying if Cam goes to the Raiders, then he gonna ball out because the Raiders is set up to win. They're setting themselves up for success. Whereas if he go to the Giants, if Shador go to the Giants, then he probably not gonna be very good there because they're not set up for success. And if you flip it and you send Cam to the Giants, he's not gonna be good. And if you send Shador to the Raiders, he's gonna be good. That was a very interesting take on it, and I think it might actually kind of be true. What do y'all think about Mace's take that whoever goes to the Vegas is good, whoever goes out of those two, out of Cam? We're not talking about just any quarterback. We're talking about Cam and Shador. What do y'all think about that? Also try one with the female AI voice. That might be nice. There was a female voice. Okay, I'm gonna try it and see. Okay, Kiel, I will try that. So I think, and it's simple. It's like when you go back to the app. It's called the Donna app. That's what it is. It was advertising on my Instagram, and I just clicked it and downloaded it, and I said I'm gonna try it. And it had a free trial, but you can only do so much. So I just went ahead and subscribed. And you could cancel it anytime. But they have it so once you enter the lyrics stay, and you can go back in the studio and you can change from male voice to female voice to random, or you could change the different genres. So if I wanted to add some reggae into the hip hop and or if I want to change the pop, I could. But it keeps the lyrics, and it's like you could take away the voice and keep the beat. It's pretty good. It actually has a lot of latitude with the changes that you can make. Because so if you like the lyrics that the song came up with, you can keep those lyrics and apply it to a different beat with a different voice in a different genre. That's what I kind of liked about it. So yeah, we might try that next. But y'all have to let me know what y'all think about Mace's take that when it comes to Cam and Shador, regardless of who they are, that they both are equally good. It's about the organization they go to, meaning whoever goes to Vegas is going to be successful, and whoever goes to the Giants likely won't be. people are already saying they think Shador could end up with Rookie of the Year. And see, now that Jaden Daniels has proven, in my opinion, he solidified it, because he solidified the fact that these rookies coming out of college can start and be successful. Now, I know CJ Stroud was successful his first year, right? But in his sophomore year, his lineman had some problems. And y'all know I be siding O linemen sometimes, because why you can't get it together all of a sudden. So that kind of held CJ and the team back. And people feel like CJ put that team on his back his first year and carried them as far as he did. But this year, people started to say it was a sophomore slump, which kind of detracts away from hey, these rookies can come in and start and ball out. But then while CJ is dealing with his O-line issue, you have Jaden, who took it as far as he could take it. And it proves that these rookie quarterbacks can start. It's all about the organization. It's about the coach. It's about the GM. It's about the goals of the organization. The Texans have a good coach. Now, Chicago got Caleb, and people kind of felt like he wasn't going to be able to do much there because Justin Fields couldn't. And I remember all of the hatred Justin Fields was getting. It's about the same hatred that Jalen Milroe gets at Alabama or that Lamar Jackson gets. And it was just ridiculous. And then he goes to Pittsburgh and it's good, but then he gets hurt. Then Caleb comes in, and it's kind of not really like too much different. So, my question is, when does the NFL start getting on these teams that are comfortable with losing, that's not prioritizing winning? Like, they're not going to say nothing to the Dallas Cowboys. Why? Because they have the highest $10 billion valuation out there. I think the Giants are like second. So it's almost like if you can look at the organization and see that they have been making money, it explains why they don't prioritize winning. But when is the league going to be like, okay, look, that's cool that y'all, got your valuation up from 100 million to 10 billion, but we need you to win. So, that's where we are with that. It's about where these guys land, which is why I think nobody wanted Shador to go to the Giants, and why everybody wants, right now the consensus is everybody wants the Jets to trade up. And I actually saw one article refer to the Jets trying to trade up to get Cam as ludicrous. I'm like, why is that ludicrous? Why is it ludicrous that they would want to trade up from 9 to 1 to get Cam Ward? Can anybody tell me why it would be ludicrous? Am I missing something? So, in my opinion, the latest mock drafts that are out, and I told you I stopped looking, but the consensus is, Trav might go first, Abdul Carter might go first, Mason Graham might go second. They put Cam and Shador after the 5th pick. They don't even have them going top 5 right now. So the closer we get to the combine, we're 62 days out, but the closer we get to the combine, the prognosis on both of those, it's just negativity. You say, no, you disagree. What do you disagree with, Kiel? It says, Jackie said, this is what Shador said. He said it has to be the best fit. And remember, Tom Brady has an interest in the Raiders. Tom signed Shador to his brand. No, I agree. I mean, that's why I say, regardless of what the media is saying, I think that's why people be going in on these analysts when they say, like right now, they say, the Vegas Raiders are going to take a running back first. I'm like, okay, that kind of thing. They used to say Cam Ward is going to the Raiders. It was everybody but Shador. They had everybody but Shador going to the Raiders early on. Then later on, they started to say Shador to the Raiders, but that took him outside of the top 5, and some people were comfortable with that. So it's a lot going on. Some people don't want neither one of them to go top 5. They want them to fall after the 5th pick. They wanted to basically try to justify that this quarterback class isn't good. I disagree. Will Howard is in there somewhere. They had him going undrafted doing the Natty. I'm like, dude just won the Natty. Why would he go undrafted? I mean, I don't, I just don't understand people's motivations. What about the Jets? Oh, hey, 400. Like I said, I think the Jets should trade up to get Cam Ward. I think if the Jets trade up to get Cam Ward, they're building. They're building a foundation set on the QB, which is what most of them do anyway. I just heard Arizona say they get ready to build around Kyler Murray. So that's what you're supposed to do, build around your quarterback. So I think the Jets should do themselves a favor and get Cam Ward. He's solid. I mean, he's a solid QB. And the more you see of the social media that's out there, like today, he was working out with like a top prospect, maybe, who's playing in college. I forgot his name, but his video was out there too. They were at a high school working out together, and it looked like they were in Texas. So Cam Ward is good. He's solid. They need to do themselves a favor, especially with them having a new coach, new coaching staff. Get Cam Ward in there, and then you build around him. He's a good quarterback. I think the owners need to be accountable for losing year after year, drafting great players and don't improve. Right. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I wonder how long before the NFL is like, hey, the brand that we have, that we value, is to win. It's competitiveness. You're not competitive if you okay with just losing. I think people have tried to say, this was the last thing I heard. Now get this, right? We're talking about Cam and Shador going to Vegas and the Jets, right? Now they're saying, what's his name? Aaron Rodgers could go to the Vegas Raiders and Sam Darnold could go to the Jets or something like that. So I told you they just trying to move Shador and Cam out of their respective number 1 and number 2 spots. What's up, 400? What's up? So yeah, I just kind of had to turn away from the mock drafts, but even the articles are starting to get real salty against Shador. I think, like I said, it just seems like the media just wants to position this draft as not being a strong class when it comes to quarterbacks. And I think to have Cam Ward and Shador Sanders in the top of that class, the only 2 quarterbacks associated with the first round, I think it's ridiculous to say that. I think it shows some type of bias because you keep trying to move them out the first round in favor of an O lineman or defensive lineman, an edge rusher. We don't know where Travis is going to end up. So we don't know what Tennessee's going to do. But to me, the media just seems, half of the media just seems to be on a mission to try to say that this class is not, when it comes to quarterbacks, it's just not a good quarterback class. And I think that's false. I'm like, you can't have Shador and Cam and say that it's not a good QB class. I don't think you can have Jalen Milroe in it and say it's not a QB class. Will Howard either, because he just won the Natty. And then, Kyle McCord, he's in there. He's actually pretty good for Syracuse. So, like I said, I think that's false. I think when it comes to, it's not the SEC. When they can't make it be the SEC, I think they have favoritism towards the SEC. I think they just dismiss everybody else. Okay, I think Kiel and 400 have a conversation going on here. Yeah, no, we do want the here's the thing. He's right. It does have to be the best fit. That's essentially what Mace is saying. Mace is essentially saying that they both are good quarterbacks, just like Cam said, but Cameron said. But the system that not just the system, the organization that they go to, it's not the system, because they have to learn a new system anyway. They had to, I know Cam had to learn a new system when he came from, was it Washington State to Miami? You got to learn a new system all the time. So I don't think it's about that. I think it's about the organization and how inefficient or inept it is. And that, to me, what Jackie is saying ties that together. The NFL needs to start holding these organizations accountable for mismanaging talent, destroying careers. I mean, it shouldn't be a known fact that nobody wants their quarterback to go to New York to the Giants. I mean, if people can say that out loud, that means there's a problem. New York Giants problem is a revolving door of coaches and general managers. Right. And why is that? 400 talking about the SEC. We run this. Are y'all having a spring game at Alabama 400? I heard it was canceled. I mean, it's cool if the SEC is actually really good. But when the Big Ten is better and one of the semifinalists come for the Natty come from the Big 12, you know, maybe you used to be good. Maybe during the Nick Saban era, but, you know, we know that's over with. And scapegoating a player is not the way to go. It said Roger needs to be retired. He's just holding space, not allowing the young QBs to play instead of sitting on the bench, keeping it warm. Right. That's what people said. That whole should the young quarterbacks be allowed to start is old thinking. It's an old way of thinking. In other words, how many times has it been proven that they can? And that's why I told y'all, I felt like the fix was in. Look at how they were doing Bryce Young down at the Panthers. You know, I felt like they were trying to prove a point to keep rookies from coming in and starting. And in every organization, it's the O-line. I'm like, see, now this is ridiculous. So you had the Panthers with their issue. Then what happens this year at the last 3 games when Bryce Young comes back, he is balling out. I'm like, if they start like they finish, they're going to do well next year. But I do, and then we had CJ Stroud. You know, I feel like, and all the hate towards Justin Fields, I feel like all the hate was coming towards these young quarterbacks because they were starting, which meant you had veterans that you had invested in. Like, look at Kirk Cousins in Atlanta. And now they trying to figure out, should they get him to the Vegas Raiders? I was like, what? What? Trying to figure out what to do with his contract. You know, I mean, that was a whole mess in itself. And the saying goes, the owner decided that he wanted to get Kirk Cousins and that the coach got Michael Penix Jr. And it seemed like the coach was tap dancing around the owner. And supposedly the owner said, well, I want you to get whatever his name was, Kirk Cousins, but it's up to you to who do you start. So I actually said it even before I had heard that. Why do I feel like he's trying to appease this owner? That's what I felt like the whole season, because it just wasn't making any sense. And he's saying he left it up to him, but not everybody want his head. He's saying, you know, it's being said the owner left it up to the head coach in Atlanta, and everybody wants the head coach in Atlanta, Raheem Morris. They want his head to roll because they felt like he just made horrible decisions. And there's actually printed somewhere on social media, is printed out. It says it. The head coach in Atlanta failed Michael Penix Jr. So people will be held accountable. But the question is, who's going to be held accountable? That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. Has anyone seen Colorado new schedule? Yep, we did a video on it. It's out there. We did a video on a couple of weeks ago. We not only did we do a video, I think that was the same live stream. We went game by game to talk about how we thought we might do. It said, Jay said, hate to play the R card, but from a person who has watched football for a long time, 40 years, it says who the quarterbacks were. Just saying, it's different day and time. Right. And that's who's running the NFL. People from, before that era. And that's what people mean by this is an old way of thinking. And only when the fans revolt with their wallets. Like, I think Kiel said the fans in the Giants organization started to revolt. And then now, supposedly, the owner has put GM on the clock. He should have been dismissed when Saquon Barkley walked out the door. I mean, that was just crazy. There are videos about that still coming out with people who work under the GM and I guess some of the coaches really saying, so you really don't think he's going to get the kind of money that he's asking for, or no other team is going to pay him well? They didn't see his value. Lucky for Saquon, he went to Philadelphia. He had his choice of teams. And there were 3 teams offering him. And he chose Philly, and look at where he is. To me, those people in that front office shouldn't have a job. That's where the NFL should be like, you know what? We need to talk, because this is, that's embarrassing. It's embarrassing for a brand that's supposed to be competitive, for people to be making decisions based on bias or making inept decisions just because you don't know what you're doing. So you either incompetent or you're biased. Which one is it? Which one is it? So yeah, our new schedule is out. Let me see. I might still be able to get that video. I had it out here for a minute. It was actually a good video. Like I said, we just took the time on the live stream to dissect the schedule and talk about how we think we would do. Oh, let's see. This is one of them. I don't know if you can see that clearly. This was just one of the slides I made. I guess I might have got rid of it because I normally have to. I make a lot of videos, so I have to like free up space. But I know the first game is Georgia Tech. We know that. But yeah, Lisa, the live stream is out there. If you look for it, like I said, we did probably almost a 2-hour live stream dissecting game by game, and we have the schedule on the live stream as well. So yep, that's out there. But now we just have to make our way to the combine. I saw it advertised as coming on the NFL Network. If you have YouTube, I think it'll be on there because the NFL Network is a part of that. It said 3 p.m. It starts at 3 p.m. on, is it Thursday, the 27th? Yep. It starts at 3 p.m. on Thursday, the 27th. So I'm going to have to look and see what the day parts are. Because I don't know if I'll be able to go live during the day, but we'll probably talk about it that night. So as it goes on. So, and like I said, I watched the HBCU Legacy Bowl today. I saw a lot of good players. I saw some good quarterbacks. And, like I said, last year, the NFL didn't select any players from HBCUs. I actually saw some really good players, including 1 or 2 really good quarterbacks. I think I saw 2. Rich Daniel from FAMU, and I saw Kalen. Is that his name? Kalen? I think his name, he went to Tennessee State. I think his name is Kalen. Let me see. Tennessee State quarterback. Hold on one second. Draylon. I keep calling him Kalen. It's Draylon Ellis. I'm telling you, if I could find, and I'm sure I can, but if I can find, like, if he has a YouTube and I can find his highlights that he posted himself, we're going to watch him. He was giving me Jaden Daniels, the way he commanded his team. It's like the moment he took the ball and took his first snap after snap, he was just moving the team down the field. But the defense, I think at the time, was maybe Team Robinson, was just too much in my opinion. So, we'll be actually making change the moment that they are willing to consistently acknowledge the talent at HBCUs, consistently draft the talent from HBCUs, and doing what? Drafting a quarterback or 2. Because I know Draylon Ellis is a good quarterback. They actually went to the championship at Tennessee State, and I don't know when the last time they went to a championship. He's good. I'm telling y'all, go watch his highlights. Draylon Ellis. His name is spelled Draylen Ellis. He's good. At the end of the game, Team Robinson defense got the best of him. And I think he ended up throwing an interception because he was on the run. Of course, dual threat quarterback. He's good. And the quarterback, Daniel Rich, he actually picked it. I think that might have been him that picked the interception. He picked up some type of interception or something. I don't know what position he was playing at the time, but he actually did pretty good too. But Draylon Ellis should definitely be looked at. He should definitely play somewhere. He is good. Go watch his highlights and we can talk about it later. Tell me if I'm wrong. But that guy is a good quarterback. Definitely give Jaden Daniels. So now Jaden Daniels has become the standard that everybody, compares, quarterbacks to, that this is the kind of quarterback that you want. I mean, he's a dual threat quarterback like the rest, but I guess when it comes to NFL rookies, this is what everybody's aspiring to be, or that they want to measure everybody to. To me, CJ Stroud is a good quarterback. So I don't think Jada Daniels is not the first dual threat quarterback. Bryce Young is actually a good quarterback. Have y'all seen Bryce Young play? He's good too. He's good. Cam Ward, Shador. So, these two guys coming in, Jalen Milroe supposed to be in the second round. I haven't heard much about him. Like I said, during the championship game, after the championship game, they had Will Howard listed as an undrafted free agent. I was like, what? So, the method to the madness, I don't know. Maybe maybe a lot of teams don't need a quarterback. I don't know. But we shall see, because after this draft class, I think is pivotal, because I think you'll consistently see more and more black quarterbacks at the the top first round and the top few picks of the draft. To me, that's what this draft does. That's how I feel about it, because I feel like they fight it too much. I feel like they fighting Shador and Cam and Milroe being the top 3 quarterbacks in the draft. I feel like they put up a fight against that, which is why they're trying to put everybody else except the QBs, give them their due. They don't want, if they weren't discrediting them, then I'd be like, okay, maybe people don't need QBs. But we know that they are at least 2 teams in the first 5 picks that need QBs. And now Tennessee wants to get rid of their pick. And while that could be a decision, you have to wonder what their motivation is. And then there's the Giants. Have a great night, Regina. Thank you. So I guess that means we're going to get ourselves out of here too. All right, so y'all, we are an hour and 20 minutes in. We'll continue our NFL draft, NFL combine conversation as the days approach. Not really paying attention to too many mock drafts, because it's just a lot of BS-ery in there. But if any breaking stories come out, we'll talk about it. Again, congratulations to Team Gaither from the HBCU Legacy Bowl. That was co-head coached by T.C. Taylor and Sam Shade, Alabama State, and Jackson State head coaches. So we're going to get ourselves out of here too, and we're going to see y'all next time. This has been fun. Thank y'all for playing the game. What yard is this? Because that was fun. So hopefully, maybe I can get more access to this type of content from different cities, but I really don't know if there's a lot of it out there. I really don't. So, all right, y'all. I guess we'll just give it a second and we'll get ready to get ourselves out of here. Let me type good night in the chat. So. Thank you, 400 from Bama. I see that. And shout out to, let me type his name in there. Shout out to Marvin Price, just in case he stops by. And shout out to Jackie for winning. All right, y'all, I'm going to say goodnight. Talk to y'all tomorrow. After tomorrow, Sunday night. Talk to y'all tomorrow. Jalen Hurts, Alabama. Yep. Jalen was good too. Good night, 22. I don't need to type his name again. Type that wrong.